You hit it off with a bumper, now you're straight down the middle again. You had a fling with a slingshot, you're rolling out the alley again. I tried to cradle you with my flipper, it was all in.
All right, what's happening, everybody? This is Zach and Greg with Straight Down the Middle Pinball, coming to you with another video. We're here at Casa de Greg's again. Yay! And today we're going to be doing another top 10 list. This week we're going to be looking at ball locks.
Yes.
You thrilled?
I am thrilled. I like ball
stoked?
locks. It's my favorite thing.
I like ball locks.
I always need a good ball lock.
Well, you do. All right, so what are the criteria for our grading of ball locks today? We said we prefer, anything goes, but we prefer physical ball locks.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, and we tried to separate the actual ball locking mechanism to the start of the multi-ball. So we're not really ranking the multi-ball starts because that would be another top 10 list.
Yeah.
We're looking at the physical ball lock.
Yeah.
And
which you'll see, how they differ.
Yeah.
It's, the actual locking mechanism itself plays a big part into it.
I do like before we get into it, more games need to have physical ball locks.
Oh, yeah.
Especially that shows them.
Yeah. I guess
in clever ways too.
I guess that's one of the things that adds a lot of expense to a game when you're making
that's
buildings.
true.
I mean, that's kind of one of the biggest toys and
Well, not if they use just like a coil or something.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's probably not that difficult for the cool factor that it adds to the game.
But it's a lot easier financially just to do a virtual ball lock.
Or something.
It seems like a letdown though. Every time I play in and it's like ball one lock, but here comes your ball.
Yeah, your
It's
ball
like,
right back. It's like, what's the sense in it
I want
locking?
you to keep the
Yeah.
ball.
You didn't really lock it. You just triggered a switch.
I want all three of them to come down at the same time.
I agree. Not just start ejecting
at
out the shooter lane. Yeah.
So we're big ball lock guys. I don't know what this had a segue.
So was your mom.
I thought about it for a second.
I went there.
How would she be a ball lock? Oh, I got it. She locks ball. All right. So, good lord, mom joke. It's too damn early.
It is
Greg.
early. It's very
good
early.
lord, too early for ball lock jokes with moms. All right, let's start with number 10. Number 10 ball list of ball locks is Circus Voltaire.
Yes.
Circus Voltaire. So the high wire ball lock mechanism. I think what makes it really cool is that you go up the ramp, and not that we're rating that, but it goes up the ramp, holds by the magnet, and then it comes down a wire form, and it sits there as if the juggler was on the wire.
That's neat.
So that's really cool. It's more toward the bottom of our list, I think, just because it sits there. It doesn't do doesn't do a whole.
There's some
lot.
other games that's got some really neat, clever mechanisms. Other than that, it's really good one. That's what we obviously added, but it's set lower.
We were thinking, there's a lot of games that do this. Game of Thrones does this. Lord of the Rings does this. But of all the ones that just kind of stack them, we feel like Circus Voltaire did the best job of it.
I agree.
So that's a good number 10.
So on to number 9. The Simpsons Pinball Party.
Yeah, Simpsons.
Yes.
That's a great game.
It is. I like it a lot. I'm kind of, I sort of was looking for one. We talked about it the other day. But
I like the Simpsons a lot. And what's cool about this ball lock in particular is that it is very iconic to the television show. At the beginning of the television show, they all pile in, they sit on the couch, and there's usually a different a scene that the creator does. Yeah. And it's very symbolic because the balls sit on the couch. As if the Simpsons family.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I like about something like that too, is when they integrate the show or show whatever it's based
exactly
on,
right.
and make it part of the game, because it's just got a good feel to it. It's neat.
Yeah.
It's just cool, man.
And it loads them up and then it spits them out. That's a really cool. And it's not really easy to get them up there.
No.
I mean, you got to get to the upper play field, and then you got to get up to. It's like the triple play field.
Yeah.
It's up on its own.
It's difficult. The whole game's difficult, but
I really like it. So it's for us, number 9, Simpsons Pinball Party Ball Lock is just more iconic than anything because they're actually sitting in the couch.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic.
Cool. So on our way to number 8. Number 8 is a game that I hope we review at some point because I freaking hate it.
And I'm not real familiar with it.
People think I'm crazy when I'm like, I freaking hate it.
Zach argued with it because I haven't played it a lot.
I don't even want it on this list because I don't like the game.
But you argued for this ball lock.
I did.
And when you explained it to me,
it deserves to be on there.
Yeah, I was like, that's pretty damn cool. I was like, you kind of got to have that on there.
So number 8 is Bride of Pinbot. Not 2.0, not 3.0, not 4.0.
Original.
Yeah, the original Bride of Pinball. Maybe 2.0, whatever. But Bride of Pinball, as you're seeing in the pictures, so you're trying to revitalize this robot to be human form. And your first ball lock, I think if I recall correctly, there's one hole in her mouth. Plenty of innuendo there, and I think purposefully so. But you lock the ball in her mouth, and then it releases, and then she transforms into stage 2. The whole mechanism actually turns to a whole different face. And then I think the second one is the eyeballs are then open. So you got 2 balls now. I'm right.
I want to see that though, man.
I obsess too much.
I think it sounds awesome.
Yeah. So then you hit it into, so you lock one into one of her eyes, and then lock the second one into her second eyes. Yeah. Then it releases a 2-ball multi-ball. Then it transforms again, and you've got the entire woman. Yeah. And I think that's where you lock the 3 balls. That's neat. It's really cool. Yeah. It's a shit game though. If you guys like it, I don't see it.
I think everything about the game is kind of innovative. Like I think the plastics, it's kind of corny. I'm not big on it either, but
it's classic. Yeah. The left shot, the left orbit shot to the lock or the scoop, that's a really nice shot. Yeah. But other than that, it's left ramp all day. And I know everybody, when you hear that, you're like, no, you don't get it. There's more to it. There is. I get there's more to it. It's just not fun. Yeah. I don't like it.
I don't.
And like the little inner loop that comes. Yeah. Okay. I can't talk about that anymore. We'll talk about that later. All right. So what are we on? Number 7? Yep. Number 7 is a game that is always fun when I play it. Yeah. But I don't want it in. I don't like the theme at all.
A lot of people in our area own it.
Yeah, they do. Rightfully so. Yeah. We're in Indiana. So number 7 is Indianapolis 500. The turbo ball lock on that is almost like a centrifuge-ish thing where you lock the balls. And what's cool about it is it'll keep spinning them as if you're on the racetrack. So it'll spin those around. You'll lock ball 1, 2, and then 3. And then when you lock that third ball, it shoots them out the back and right towards the flippers again on a wire phone.
That's fun.
Yeah, I like it. So the game itself, I just always think it's kind of ugly.
Yeah, I think it's ugly too. Sometimes I don't get into it. I've never been in the kind of the open wheel racing either.
Yeah,
I'm decent NASCAR fan.
Are you?
No, I mean I watch it every now and then.
So what do we know about you? You've got autographs of Keanu Reeves.
I watch a little NASCAR.
You watch NASCAR.
I'm all over the place, man. Yeah. Whatever's fun.
More to know about Greg. I love it. By the end of these videos, we're going to have like a bio sheet on you with the weirdest random facts.
Like our report card, but it's Greg's random facts. Random facts about Greg.
That's true. All right. So we know Greg's a weirdo. And number 6 is...
I'm excited about this one.
Yeah, this one's not even in production. No. So we questioned whether or not to even put it on the list. But it's getting so much hype.
Care about prize.
We're talking for number 6 ball lock. We're talking about Total Annihilation. That's right, Total Annihilation. One of the favorite things in Metallica is the drop line targets.
Yes.
Or the in-lane drop targets. Yeah. Sorry about that. So, and on the older solid state games, people love those in-lane drop targets.
I agree.
But what Total Annihilation does is it steps it up even more, where it integrates a ball lock
behind each target.
Yeah.
That's sick.
That's freaking really awesome. Yeah. I don't even know. Usually I'll post pictures of each of these mechanisms. This thing's so new that I don't know if I'll be able to get it.
I think there is a picture. I think I've seen a picture of it, yeah.
If you guys are seeing it, that means I got a picture. If not, that means I failed to get the picture.
I could be wrong. I swear I saw a picture.
Yeah, I was watching video. Deadflip did a really cool video where he went up there and played with the guys.
He's played it a few times, hasn't he? Hasn't he messed with it? I know he's a big fan of it.
The music is so awesome on that game.
Yeah. I hope it goes into production, man. It looks really good. And to see just a white wood like that.
You wouldn't buy it.
I don't have the money to buy it.
Even if you
we go over this. We go over how broke I am every video.
But he's not broke. He's bullshit.
My wife keeps me broke.
So Total Annihilation is a really interesting pinball machine. Yeah. And I love those in-lane drop targets to keep it. And even on the third shot, so you lock the one, it stays up kind of like Star Trek. Mm-hmm. But Star Trek will let it back down.
Yes.
So in this, it locks it, keeps it there. Second ball locks it again behind the first ball. And then I think on the third one, if I've viewed correctly, you actually hit the drop target, which goes down, but it also Newton balls this ball to hit the second drop target, drops that down, and then all 3 of them come down at the same time.
I think you're right.
That's awesome.
I think it's really cool.
Oh, wow.
Because you haven't really seen it.
That.
So it's not, I like anything new. you don't really see.
I love that thing. So how about that? A little sleeper there for
Yeah.
number 6, Total Annihilation.
Yeah.
So let's move on to number 5. Number 5 is a game that everybody loves.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a basic, simple little trick.
But it's really neat. First time you see
Visually
it, it's cool.
effective.
Yeah.
Number 5, we're talking for ball locks, favorite ball locks. We're talking about Metallica Premium LE.
Yeah.
And it's that hammer. So the hammer's ugly, guys. I know that. There's plenty of replacements. Ulrich did a replacement a little bit. And there's new guys on Pinside. You have to check them out that are doing a skull replacement hammer and a typical smaller hammer. It doesn't block the view as much, and it does look really
But
good.
regardless whether it's ugly, I mean, it's super cool. I mean, the fact that
The
you're
sound,
pounding through the playfield. You're
Yeah.
pounding a ball through the playfield.
The ball drops through the
To the
playfield
coffin.
into the coffin, and you can see
Yeah.
them in there.
Yeah, it's pretty damn neat.
You can see
Because first
them.
time I saw that, I was like, okay, what's this going to do? And then all of a sudden, my ball was gone. I was
Yeah.
like, yes!
And it pound, bam.
Yes! I was like, that is awesome.
Yeah,
I think it's the best thing about the premium, honestly. I think that's one of the things.
The
that
light show's pretty cool.
The light show is good, but I mean, I think that's what really separates the premium from your pro on it. That would be one of the cool things.
And a lot of people don't
upgrade
like the premium because they say the hammer's clunky, it gets in the way, it doesn't work all the time.
Yeah,
But
I can understand that.
But you're right. That's the reason I would want a premium LA is for that damn hammer.
Yeah, exactly.
It's such a cool.
It's the only reason I'd really upgrade.
So visual.
Yeah.
You feel it's visual.
Agreed.
All right, let's move on to numero. I don't know my Spanish. 4.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
Quattro.
To run through them.
Board bad. So what do we got? Number 4, Greg.
CSI.
CSI. The
Skull Ball Lock.
Yeah, the little game that could.
Yeah.
So Pat Lawler game. Nobody plays it. I don't think they made that many of them.
They didn't. I think it's fairly rare.
It's towards the end of the Pat Lawler Stern where there's probably themes he probably wasn't crazy about, and it's kind of clunky kind of stuff. But the ball lock on there is really cool because you lock the balls into the skull eyes. You know, that third ball, it releases all of them. But what I really like about it is it just shows the top of the skull first.
Yes.
And then when you lock a ball, it raises up, and then it goes into the eyeball. Just little details.
It's one of the only
like
thing.
that I
Another one
love.
of those games. The only thing that really made me like the game. I played it a few times. And it's a good game. It's not bad. It's not terrible. It's not anything.
It's
I
not
don't think
terrible.
I don't think I'd buy it. But that skull ball lock is what it really impressed me.
I think the sounds. If the sounds were better, I'd probably buy that game.
Another one of those things that fits the theme so well
Yeah.
too. Like it's integration of that theme.
And again, it's a ball lock that is visual. You can always tell how many balls you have locked.
Exactly.
And it's in a way that looks frickin' amazing.
Yeah, it's just not holding
I
on
love
a wire ramp.
What do you guys think? You guys like CSI? Shoot us a message.
Yeah,
let us know.
everybody likes
We
CSI.
need to find a CSI.
Yeah, we should get a hold of one.
Yeah.
But I've seen a few up on the market, but man, I don't know if I know of anybody who has one in their collection.
I don't either.
That's a tough
I
thing.
don't either.
Somebody had that real nice CSI and the 24 up for sale
Oh yeah,
a while back.
Man, if that's not a match made in heaven.
Yeah, it really
24
is.
and
Yeah,
CSI.
and I think they're both rare. I think the 24 is kind of rare too. I think there wasn't very many produced on it.
Yeah, they're probably.
No.
Yeah, I'd love to get a hold of them.
Yeah,
all right, so let's move on to number 3. The top 3, our top 3 favorite ball.
This one
locks
might
in
take you by
pinball.
surprise. I mean, it won't take you by surprise once we announce it, probably.
That's right.
But
We got a newcomer on our hands. You thought Total Annihilation was new. This is even newer. So, number 3 is Aerosmith, the Toybox lock.
That's fantastic, man. Shooting it
That's
up
so
in an arc,
awesome.
right into it.
Shoots right in there. It's got Jackie on the top shaking. But Aerosmith throwing the balls into the toy box, and you can lock not 3,
Before.
but
That's
4,
exactly what I was
or
gonna say.
5,
Yeah.
or 6.
Yeah, you can just keep passing it up and keep locking your balls.
And while that is more code related, it's still pretty integrated into the ball lock feature.
Yeah, I agree.
There's nothing more visual when people see Aerosmith. I was watching, we were at the show, and watching people, when it flings up there, they're like, oh my God, that's really cool.
Yeah, because
you see that?
Yeah, it's kind of neat. The accuracy, I don't know. I like it.
And I'm sure you probably have to fine tune it at times.
Well, and also it's kind of neat because if you actually don't have ball, tell me if I'm wrong. If you don't have the ball lock, if you don't have ball lock lit or whatever, it'll hit the trunk and then he mounts you. Like it'll still eject it sometimes at the trunk.
There's a couple options. If the ball's not locked, it'll just do a half kick out.
Yeah.
But there is it's like a feature where you hit him.
Yeah.
He doesn't open.
Yeah.
It throws it up. You hit him. And he's like, ow.
Yeah, he mounts you or something. Yeah. That's
You
kinda neat,
wouldn't hit a guy with glasses or something like that.
yeah, it's kind of funny, but
I love it. Aerosmith might be big.
I think that's honestly, it's a really neat ball lock.
And the technique has been done. The little trick has been done in other games. but I think it is perfectly executed now.
I agree.
really do.
It's different. So on to number 2 here, and our number 2 and our number 1, we didn't really battle back and forth, but it was one of those things that should number 2 be number 1, but literally
because we like the game number 2 better than game number 1.
Game number 1, because game number 1 is a good game, but
we have to be objective. Greg.
Yes, and so it really was an argument because both of us had number 1 at number 1 to begin with,
and number 2 at number 2.
Number 2, literally, on both of our lists, and so
that's solid.
We kept it how it was.
What's number 2?
The Shadow.
The Shadow knows. Ooh. Yeah. So the Sanctum ball lock.
Yeah.
Why is Sanctum always like? It's a word that makes me feel dirty.
Really?
Like, yeah, you need to go wash your sanctum or something, right?
I guess it kind of does. Yeah.
Every time I say that,
I think it's kind of a cool word. I don't know why.
Welcome to my sanctum.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
kind of cool and mysterious.
It sounds better than my sweaty sanctum.
That's so true.
All right. So
early.
sweaty sanctums aside. Oh my God! Why are we so immature?
Your worn out sanctum.
Take a look at her worn out sanctum.
Back on track.
So the cool thing about the ball lock in this is the physicality behind it. A magnet catches the ball, it pulls it back a little bit, and throws it around to a physical ball lock.
Yeah.
There's nothing more visually pleasing in pinball.
It's just
than that.
it's like the shadow disappearing. It's that cool mysterious thing.
It's what Ghostbusters was trying to do with the magnet slings.
Yeah.
Trying to make it mysterious and ghost-like.
Yeah.
But it nailed it because it's precise. Bam.
Yeah.
It starts fluttering the LEDs.
If you're not
and
really paying
lights.
attention, boom, your ball's gone.
Yeah. and then the brick wall goes back up.
Yeah, I love it. It's so neat, man.
There's so many great
If
parts
they ever
about
make
that
a Harry
game.
Potter thing, that'd be a really cool thing with, like, I know you're not a big Harry Potter fan, are you?
Sure, I like Harry
Okay,
Potter.
like Diagon Alley, so like you remember how like in the first like the bricks.
Yeah.
Separate? That'd be a cool thing for if they ever did a Harry Potter one.
That would be cool.
Yeah, the walls open up or something.
How
shoot
fun
the
would
ball
it be
out.
to design that game?
God, man, I know the
There could be so
possibilities
much.
are endless.
If they don't do a wide body on that,
no.
oh.
And I'm really rooting for JJP on that one.
You have
if they
to.
do it because, like you said, the wide bodies you
You've
just got
got
so
to.
much, and they're so good with their toys and everything.
It'd be
Like,
buildings and stuff.
do it, get the license.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
If they don't already have it.
Yeah,
So number
yeah.
1, you guys know what number 1 is the best physical ball lock in pinball. It's Judge Dredd.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's Deadworld.
Yep, it's fantastic.
Now, we cheated here.
Because it's mod.
We cheated, but it was originally designed to go on that game.
Yes.
They were having problems, I think, overseas, if I'm correct.
I think so.
So they at the last second, 11th hour, they changed the design a little bit.
Yeah.
But the original is the Deadworld mod where you lock the ball. You guys will see videos or pictures I'll throw up there.
Most of you are familiar with it.
Yeah, you lock the ball and it orbits around the
Yeah.
Deadworld planet.
And it
then-
sounds simple. I mean, you could maybe
Yeah.
argue some of the other things, but it's just neat.
Oh,
It's so
man.
big.
It's really
It's
big.
very
and it's
visual.
fluorescent orange or
Yeah.
red and
Yeah.
yep, it's really cool. And
I
then
agree.
whenever multi-ball's ready, the crane goes and picks them up. But it's literally telling you the whole time how many balls you have, and it's in space.
Yep.
Oh man,
I love it. I love it. I think it's definitely. I think really when it comes down to it, if it was a better game, but it's still an easier. It's an easy argument against Shadow and stuff. I think for the most part.
It's a tough argument. Shadow's just so visual.
Well, it's just such a great game, anyways. Shadow is.
So usually on our top 10 list, that was it. Top 10, we got Judge Dredd number 1, Shadow number 2, Aerosmith Ball Lock number 3, CSI 4, Metallica Premium LE number 5, Total Annihilation number 6, Indianapolis 500 number 7, Bride of Pinbot number 8, Simpsons Pinball Party number 9, and Circus Voltaire number 10. Usually on our top 10 list, Greg, we have a bottom 3 or worst 3 or a worst ball locks, but really there's not. Here's our worst ball locks. Virtual ones.
Yeah. Like
we hate them.
Because we were talking. I was telling Zach about Lost. Again, back to Lost World because I
It's
love
always
it.
about lost.
It's always about Lost World.
Johnny
But I mean, you
or
have
Lethal
that that snagger that comes down, grabs the ball, lifts it up, just like you were capturing the dinosaurs in Lost World.
It's visually effective.
Yeah,
It's
and then
cool.
you pull it and
It's
dump
cool.
it in the back of the Humvee. But the thing is it doesn't physically lock anywhere. It doesn't lock it in the Humvee. It doesn't lock it. It literally just goes like a subway. And
How great would that be if they would have locked it?
Yeah, if they would have locked it, it would have been really
Three
good.
balls locked
yeah,
into
but
it.
it just comes out one of the scoops, goes down under, comes out one of the scoops, and
It's a letdown.
Yeah, it is. It very much is. So I mean, you take something like that versus something like CSI or something, and there's so
You
many
guys,
balls that are
he
virtual.
he was trying to get Johnny Mnemonic on this damn list again. And you know what? I agreed with him, but I didn't want any more freaking Johnny Mnemonic talk.
So it's an honorable mention.
Sure.
That's where it comes in.
Give it an
Because it's
honorable.
still cool. I mean, you talk, okay,
Here it
this
goes.
launches a ball over, but I mean, you got a glove and pow, and then you move it
pow
over and
again.
adjust it. It's still cool.
I
It's
do
still
like how
cool
it flips
ball.
up the balls and throws them into play.
Yeah, all of that's pretty. Well, that's kind of multi-ball though. We're into multi-ball again a bit.
Okay.
Flipping it up into play. So,
So you're talking about that crusty little glove?
the
That's
crusty
the cool part.
glove, yeah.
I
Again,
like that it's just physically you can see all.
Yeah,
all
and
the
again,
ball.
something like that, like Zach just said, it's another one of those things where we were trying to really do a good job on separating actual multi-ball from the actual ball lock itself. So, because we'll have a top 10 on multi-ball. Because that one, I'm excited about that one.
Yeah. So our worst ball lock mechanisms are the ones that are virtual, and the ones that don't work a lot.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Lord of the Rings, I had troubles a little bit.
The two balls.
Getting stuck and not ready. So
still cool ball lock.
yeah, I'm trying to think offhand. I don't think there's anything that I can think of. I'm like, that's the ugliest damn ball lock that I've ever seen.
It's like you said, just anything virtual. I mean, that would have been a hell of a list. Just keeping it
I
at
don't
that.
like that.
So
All right. So from straight down the middle, I'm Zach. This is Sanctum Greg. And
the wet thing.
see you later, guys. Good Lord, it's early.
And subscribe.
That's right. Subscribe.
Straight down the middle, you had a fling with a slingshot, you're rolling out the alley again. I tried to cradle you with my flipper, it was all in vain. Baby, 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 why you doing?
You know, snot sucked up.
Right. I don't have the list, so you're leading everything.
What the fuck you mean you don't have the list? Okay, you gotta help.
We talked about aliens. Where'd
I
you?
got it all right here.
Okay.
Fantastic.
All right.
Then we flip it over when
We
do
recording,
this.
Jason? Go.
Went back in 3.
Or you want me to start it off?
Yeah, you gotta start the pinball show off. You always do.
Why?
And then I'll be like, "What's up? It's Magic Girl." Like his mom, Magic Ho.
Magic hoe.
You want me to start that?
Yeah, go ahead. For it.
It'd be easier to edit.